Greetings to Dr. Roizan and all my fellow classmates. Today we will show our video presentation where my group will be presenting the second assignment for the subject Alternative Dispute Resolution. Our topic that we have chosen is ADR in personal injury claim. The dispute is mainly focused on negotiation with the insurance company after a motor vehicle accident.
Hello?
Hello, may I ask if Sabrina in the office right now?
This is her. Who might this be?
Good morning, Miss Sabrina. I'm Beverley and I was recently involved in a car accident and I was hoping I could set up a meeting with you to ask in regard to this accident.
Oh, sure, Miss Beverley. I am free at 2 p.m. this evening. Can you come by that time?
Yeah, that works for me. See you then.
Okay. Welcome, Miss Beverley. Please make yourself comfortable. How may I help you today?
Yes, recently I was involved in a car accident and I was hit from behind. And the impact was so strong that it caused severe damage to my car. I also had a minor concussion from that accident. So I did the usual procedure. I asked the person who hit me to go to the side of the car, to the side of the road, and I got his personal information. So before I proceed this matter to the court, I was curious if there's any other way that I can proceed this without going to court.
Oh, so have you ever heard of alternative dispute resolution?
No.
So ADR is, they are referred to the method of resolving disputes without any means of litigation. So the most common methods of ADR are negotiation, mediation, and arbitration. All these ADR methods have common characteristics, which are enabling the parties to find admissible solutions to their conflict outside of the traditional legal or court proceedings, but are governed by different rules. So, for instance, in negotiation, there is no third party who intervenes to help the parties reach an agreement. Unlike in mediation, where the purpose of the third party is to promote an amicable agreement between the parties. In arbitration, the third party, or an arbitrator or several arbitrators, will play an important role as it will render an arbitration award that will be binding on the parties.
Oh, I see. So, in your opinion, which method seems to fit in my situation?
I believe we can proceed this method through negotiation. This way, it would help to allow both parties to control the process and the solution. So, may I ask, what do you hope to have an outcome from this method?
I will follow through with your opinion and I hope to settle this matter through negotiation. I was hoping to speak with Amirul's insurance company and have them compensate for the damage of my car. The cost to fix my car was around 4,500 ringgit and that is the exact amount I want to claim for.
Presumably, Amirul's insurance company does not agree with your amount. What would be the bottom line that you would agree with?
Perhaps I could go as far as 3,600 ringgit and that is the bottom line that I can agree, not less than that.
Okay, so I have to guide you through the risk for that, because if you don't agree with any less than 3,600 ringgit and the party also would not agree with the amount you want, we will have to proceed with mediation, and this would cause us to hire expert mediators, and in turn this would also increase your costs because it requires a lot of money. Are you okay with that?
I think I'm okay with that, but I do really think that I have a strong claim for this insurance because this is not only involved with the cost to fix my car from the accident, but it also involved near safety and well-being of myself. I was very lucky that I only ended up with minor concussion rather than ending up in a way worse situation.
Okay, I understand very well, Miss Beverley. So let me do some research first and I will get back to you.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Sabrina. Our consultation session was really an eye-opener for me.
Hello, Miss Beverley. I hope you have been well since the accident.
Hello, Ms. Sabrina, and yes, I have been well.
So I have looked into your situation, and I think it's best to negotiate with the insurance adjuster of Amirul's insurance company. But I have to warn you that an insurance adjuster wants to give you as little money as possible. So the law requires drivers to carry at least a minimal amount of bodily injury liability and property damage liability coverage. So a few states do not require both or have other limitations. So if you look here, each state sets its minimum requirement for each type of coverage. To add on, the insurance adjuster is tasked with working against your financial interests. Insurance adjuster will determine a claim's worth through a series of methods that all have the same end goal, which is to pay out as little as possible. So the insurance company will always pay the least amount possible because they are a business after all. So, but with a skilled lawyer on your side, we can combat their efforts and avoid a minimal reimbursement or settlement.
Oh, I see. So, do you have any idea to ensure that I can get the highest claim amount as possible?
So I have an idea on how to negotiate with the insurance adjuster. So when it comes to negotiation process, we should know a few crucial factors before we begin. So first off, we should know whether we are dealing with first-party benefits or third-party benefits. What I meant by first-party benefits are through your auto insurance, and third-party benefits come from the insurance company that insures the person who hit you. So it can also be helpful to know the value of your vehicle, since claim adjuster will determine how much it will cost to repair your car. But knowing the actual value of your car can help me when we are negotiating for a more fair claim. An insurance company first offer will most likely be extremely low, so do not accept this initial offer, I advise you. And when negotiating, we should keep these factors in mind: the true value of your automobile, a fair settlement for damages and medical bills, pain and suffering caused by the accident, and lost wages or income due to the missing work. Use these factors to determine the absolute bare minimum you would accept in this negotiation session.
Okay, so does this mean that I can get the exact 4,500 ringgit from the insurance company?
I will try my best to negotiate with the insurance adjuster, but for now, I will have to call Mr. Amirul first to get the full picture. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Amirul. I am Sabrina, a representative of Miss Beverley.
Afternoon, Miss Sabrina. How may I help you?
I would like to inquire some information from you so I could understand the situation more clearly and hopefully able to come out a better solution for both you and Miss Beverley. May I know whether you have insurance policy for road accidents?
Yes, I do in fact. I have an insurance policy from Max Life Insurance Company.
Does your insurance policy includes the third-party insurance?
Yes.
Can you give me your insurance company contact number so if there's any questions, I can ask them personally?
Okay, I'll text you the details later.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Amirul.
How did it do?
So now I have a more clearer direction on where we can go with this settlement. So your personal injury settlement can include compensation for medical bills, lost wages, property damages, and your pain and suffering, and not limited to the cost of fixing your car. Hence, there is a possibility that we can negotiate more on the amount for claiming later during the negotiating process.
Yeah, that's a good news then. Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon, Miss Tan. I'm Sabrina calling from Mrs. Surina & Co. Are you free to call now?
Yeah, I'm free now.
After reviewing the documents regarding the third policy owned by Mr. Amirul, I found that the initial offer offered by Max Life Insurance to my client is not reasonable. So I believe it would be better if we can negotiate the amount of the claim physically.
Yeah, I also think that we need to discuss this case face to face.
So with that in mind, can we have a meeting, negotiation session this coming Thursday, 8th of December at 10 a.m. at Mrs. Sabrina and Co.'s office, so we can further negotiate the amount of the claim?
Okay, sure. I'm free at that time.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Amirul. I'm Sabrina calling from Mrs. Sabrina and Co. Are you free to call now?
Yes, I'm free now.
Regarding your dispute with Miss Beverley, can we have a negotiation session this coming Thursday, 8th of December at 10 a.m.?
Sure.
Good morning, Miss Beverley. I'm Sabrina calling from Mrs. Sabrina and Co. Are you free to call now?
Yes, morning, Miss Sabrina. Yeah, I am free now.
Regarding your case, I have called the insurance adjuster of Max Life Insurance, Ms. Tan, and Mr. Amirul, and they agreed to have a negotiation session to negotiate the value of your claim. Is it possible to have the negotiation session this coming Thursday, 8th December at 10 a.m. at Mrs. Sabrina and Co.'s office to negotiate the value of your claim with the insurance manager and Mr. Amirul?
Sure, I'm okay with the venue, the date, and time. May I know how long will the negotiation process last?
According to my previous experience, I think it will take around 1 to 2 hours. If the negotiation session is going smoothly, the session will end up around 1 hour.
Okay, Miss Sabrina, I think I'm free at that time.
Okay, Miss Beverley, then see you this coming Thursday, yeah? Hello, welcome. Hello. Yeah, have a seat. Good morning, and thank you so much for attending today's negotiation session. So my name is Sabrina Cassandra Lawrence. Please call me Sabrina. I am the partner for Mrs. Sabrina and Co, and I'll be representing Miss Beverley for this negotiation session. So since everyone is here, now we are going to discuss this problem and we will start negotiating on what this situation is really about. So why don't we start with Miss Beverley to explain what actually happened on that day.
On the 1st of November, the day that accident happened, I was driving my car from home to work at 8 in the morning. And at the intersection, my car was hit from behind and it damages my car, and I also got a slight concussion from the impact. And I would like to claim compensation of about 4,500 ringgit for damages in my injuries.
I see. Okay, Miss Beverley. But first, let's hear from Mr. Amirul on his story and then ask the insurance manager whether they can compensate you with that value. So, Mr. Amirul, care to explain what happened that day from your perspective?
Okay, on that day, I remember that I was in a rush that morning, so I admit that I drove over the speed limit, but I unable to stop my car in time because the brake has malfunctioned. He's not the only one who suffered damage. I also suffered damage to my vehicle. I cannot compensate her that much, so I brought an insurance from Max Life Insurance. So Miss Beverley can choose to file a claim against me and the claims will be settled by Max Life Insurance.
Since that is the situation, let us hear from the insurance of the assessment of the damage and how much they can compensate on Miss Beverley.
So hi everyone, I'm Sin Mei, you can call me Tan. So I'm representing Max Life Insurance today. So actually the policy insurance bought by Mr. Amirul is a third-party policy. There are two types of automobile third-party liability coverage. The first one is the bodily injuries liability covers costs resulting from injury to a person, and this injury costs include the hospital care, lost wages, and pain and suffering due to the accident. Second is the property damage liabilities covers costs resulting from damages to or loss of property. So for this case, we found that the amount claimed by Miss Beverley, which is 4,500 ringgit for the vehicle damage liability has exceeded the maximum liability coverage. So on 25th November, our company has made an initial offer to Miss Beverley and was willing to offer her a total of 3,300 ringgit for the vehicle damage liability. However, the liability amounts proposed by our company is not acceptable by Miss Beverley.
But Miss Tan, the initial offer offered by Max Life Insurance is not reasonable as when we refer to the degree of damage to Miss Beverley's car and the reparation price at the market price value. So the vehicle damage claim offered by your company is the lowest amount, and my client think that the offer amount is unfair to her. That is the reason why Miss Beverley is unable to accept the initial offer made by Max Life Insurance.
Miss Sabrina, I understand that Miss Beverley is upset with the situation, but I hope she can understand that why we cannot compensate her with 4,500 ringgit and why we only make an initial offer of 3,300 ringgit for Miss Beverley to repair the vehicle damages. So the reason is that the amount claimed by Miss Beverley, which is 4,500 ringgit for the vehicle damage liability, had exceeded the maximum liability coverage, and her property injuries liability coverage does not meet the minimum requirements for that amount. So I hope that Miss Beverley, you can understand lah.
I understood your matter, but what is Max Life Insurance bottom line for the payment your company is willing to pay to Miss Beverley?
Max Life Insurance would not like to pay the total amount of 4,500 ringgit claimed by Miss Beverley because of her property injuries liability coverage does not meet the minimum requirements for that amount lah. But at the same time, our company doesn't want to leave her empty-handed, as that might affect our company credibility. However, our company is willing to compromise.
It seems like I cannot agree to the amount of 3,300 ringgit because it's too little for the damages I suffered. Can you increase the amount that you can pay me?
I understand your concern, Miss Beverley. After reviewing the degree of damage to your car and the reparation fee at the market price, how about our company increasing the amount to 3,800 ringgit? Because if refer to our previous cases, I think the maximum amount that our company is willing to pay is 3,800 ringgit lah. I think more than 3,800 ringgit is not acceptable lah. So would you agree with that, Miss Beverley?
I guess I can agree with that.
Okay, so before we discuss further disagreement, I'd like to recap and confirm on the matters that have been negotiated in this situation. So, Mr. Amirul, due to the brake failures, your car has hit Miss Beverley's car at the intersection. Now, Miss Beverley has paid 4,500 for the car repair and would like to claim it with your insurance agent. Is this true?
Yes, Miss Sabrina.
Miss Beverley, you on the other hand would like to claim more than the insurance company since they only gave you 3,000 to repair your damaged car due to the accident. But the insurance adjuster can only give you 3,800 for the damage repair. Do you agree with this amount?
Yes, although I did not get the amount that I offered, I think 3,800 ringgit would be sufficient and better than getting only 3,300 ringgit. Because the accident caused so many damage to my car because I have to change and repair so many broken parts. Moreover, I did not want to prolong this matter and I want to settle this right here and right now because I think it might cause hassling process for me and Mr. Amirul later.
So I understand your concern. How about you, Mr. Amirul? Are you agree with this 3,800 amount?
Yes, I'm on the same page with Miss Beverley on this.
Okay, since everyone is on the same page and agreed with the new amount for the insurance, I like to say that this negotiation is successful. I'll leave first and draft a new settlement agreement for you guys and I'll get back to you later, okay?
Okay, so this is the settlement agreement. Please have a read first.
I like to add one more condition in this agreement, where I like to add that condition that emphasizes there are no major injuries or death involved in this accident.
Do you agree with this condition, Ms. Beverley?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's no more additional conditions or changes to the agreement, can you give me the agreements back, and I will make the finalization for this document, and after this we will do the signing, okay? Wait for me a bit, okay? So here's the amended settlement agreement for you both, and so now that we are agreeing with this agreement, we can continue with the signing process, okay? And Sin Mei, can you now that I got all of your signatures, Ms. Beverley and Ms. Amirul can now proceed to get the 3,800 from the insurance company, our next life insurance, right?
Yes.
So thank you for your cooperation in making this negotiation successful.
Okay,
Thank you.